What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? I'm Ryan D. Ryan680.
I'm Angela Kelly.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Once again.
Sorry.
Marker. Bodies. Let's find the killer. Action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk? I'm Ryan D. Ryan680.
I'm Angela Kelly.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk for movie fans, guys who bring the movie world right into your ears, devices. Thank you for making us a part of your day. Let's get right to it. Angela, what review are we reviewing today? Because it's party time. But it wasn't that type of music. What kind of film do we review today?
I want to say mystery thriller, whodunit, bodies.
Yeah, A24's Bodies tells when a group of rich 20-somethings, I like that, 20-somethings, plan a hurricane party at a remote family mansion. A party game turns deadly in this fresh and funny look at backstabbing, fake friends, and one party gone very, very wrong. That pretty much sums it up. I would say that's pretty much the story here. Let's get right to it, guys. We'll mention spoilers at the very end, which we will notate on the bottom of the timeline as well. I'll go on and mention, we're not going to mention spoilers right now, but we will at the very end of this review. Let's get right to it, Angela. What do you think of this movie, coming out of this film, knowing we didn't know what to expect? We saw trailers of this while watching other movies, but beforehand, I'm gonna go on I'm gonna go out and say, just my point of view here is that when I go see an A24 movie, I already know it's gonna be entertaining for me. Mm-hmm. I already have that mentality because it has a really good track record of giving us Midsummer, giving us all these different kind of movies, Hereditary, that are just really good iconic scenes and everything.
They do really good thrillers. Yeah. A24 does really good horror, almost thriller films.
So when this got announced, I was all like, oh great, is a killer on the loose on these Gen Z millennials kind of deal. And I to be honest, I really thought that was a good idea. I'll be honest. It was almost to where that sense, but not that stupidity of Texas Chainsaw Massacre where they tried redoing it with Netflix. Where where the guy with Texas Chainsaw Massacre comes in, he's all, "We're gonna cancel you," and it's that like stuff like that. I thought we were gonna get that, but that wasn't the case here.
I feel like it was kind of, but not necessarily a parody, but it did kind of showcase that this is what happens now in our world. Yeah, and some of the things they said, just some of the mannerisms, definitely younger generation.
A lot of sayings. I kind of, this is definitely a movie to where it really tries to reach our current vocabulary. Teenage young vocabulary. I don't even see teenage, young adults vocabulary, and it really uses a lot of gaslight. It uses a lot of these sayings that we're kind of we're just.
Oh, what? I think there was one scene where she's like, "You're trying to silence me," and so stuff like that.
It's definitely very current events, current events, current vocabulary, current motive in a way, and again, this is definitely that type of movie where it's. I would say for moviegoers out there, this is not going to be your type of movie. I would say for the most part, it's not an everyone kind of movie. It really isn't. If you don't like party movies, if you don't like movies where there's drugs involved, alcohol, all that stuff, or just kids being stupid, or whatever you want to call us, millennials, whatever.
I don't think it was millennials. It was Gen Z.
Well, Pete Davidson's a millennial. That's all I'm saying. But his
I don't think his character was.
Okay, we'll give it Gen Z, millennial, whatever you want to call it. It definitely was a party scene, right? I mean, that's the whole point of the trailer, that when we get that in the trailer a lot. And the point of this movie, though, is that it really it tries to reach another level. And I feel like it does for the most part. But then when it executes at the very end of this movie, without going to spoilers, it kind of, it wasn't that good. It was very revealing, and it wasn't. It was toxic for its own good. I'll leave it at that. But what do you think of this movie, Angela?
So again, as you mentioned, A24 is very synonymous with very good thrillers, horrors.
They surprise the hell out of me all the time.
They do. They have a lot of very great films that they've done. So when I saw that they were doing this film, I was very excited. I had very high standards, as always, with them. Yeah. And for me, this movie didn't reach those standards. Yeah. I feel like this was okay. Yeah. Could have been better. The ending was very different, and it's either you really like it or you don't.
Yeah,
and I'm on more of the spectrum of I don't like the ending at all.
Yeah, there's a few things that we could take away. We talked about off camera was that I did not like the music at all. There's a lot of whisper. It's a lot of whisper. It's very
in tune onto like maybe mainstream now.
Yeah.
I did not like the music, the background music, which are songs from. Again, younger generation. It's just a thing. Like that's just not what we like. And it's
sad because for the most part, A24 has really good track songs. They've really done very good on selective music. I would say out of all the movies we've seen, this is probably the least amount that I enjoyed out of A24 studio, which sucks. But it definitely I just didn't like the music. Maybe you like the music. Maybe that's the type of music you like. Put in comments down below because again, it's just not for everyone. I would say it's not for everyone.
So we grew up with different music, and so I didn't particularly like it. I did think it was a little bit I don't know if it was again, I don't know, it's not a parody in my sense, but I think they're kind of maybe poking fun of it. A lot of woke things that are happening.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you said, sayings.
Oh man, definitely.
Very current with the times.
Like white supremacy. They mentioned a lot of those sayings.
A lot of the things, current events.
I kind of felt like, and I was laughing at those times. I'll be honest, I was laughing because it's so relatable watching it because we commented or whether you're on the better end or in that conversation or you're not, or you just read people's comments that are calling people that. It's definitely funny because it's like, dude, like what the hell? Like,
to be honest, one of the things I really liked about this setup, this scenario in situation in this movie, what I liked was that, and I think we can all relate to it at some point. These group of friends have been friends for a very long time.
Yes.
But they come from different socioeconomic backgrounds, like different, they're rich, some are ultra rich, different personalities, different way they do things, say things. So what I really liked was that you see them, and it happens in a lot of movies, when they get into a stressful situation, definitely the first thing they do is turn on each other.
And exactly, and that's kind of in its own regard, that kind of what it does a little bit in here. I could be missing so many different messages here, but again, I got the gist of it. I got the general message out of here, and it really was, it escalated quickly. It really did for all the friends and everything. We this whole cast in general was really good in here. My favorite, of course,
Stenberg.
Yeah, so she really I enjoyed her acting in here. I did. She was my favorite out of the bunch. I think she really stood out a lot. Of course, we saw her, the last movie I can recall right as of right now is The Hate You Give, which you mentioned it.
Oh, she was amazing in that.
She did amazing in that, and to know where she's come from and all this thing, I feel like she became toxic in a way though that I think that was her intent in this whole project and everything, and I love that because it kind of showed us a different side of her.
It shows like they each have their own, each friend has their own issues, struggles, different person, like I said, different personalities, and so you see a little bit more of like a little bit of into each other, each person's kind of life background, a little bit. It is a little bit more for her character, Amanda Stenberg, but you see a lot of dynamic in the group. A lot of dynamics, very opposite polar ends on some of these characters, and you see how they interact in this murder mystery, is in a sense. So I really liked that. It was almost like
I did. As far as the thrill goes, this movie was such a thriller. I really enjoyed the heck out of it because it really showed us a different side to these characters when we first go into this movie. In the beginning of the Act 1, it changes dramatically in Act 2 and Act 3. And you're right, they all turn on each other, and you see that in the trailer in a sense to where, like, who did it, who's the person, who's the killer. You can't trust nobody in this world, and you can't trust your friends, your close friends.
Friends that have known each other for years. And through different struggles, like drug addiction and all that stuff. Yeah. So you see that, and I liked that aspect, that it touched on that, because, I mean, definitely. I feel like that happens a lot in situations, not just this movie, but in general, like, if, you're put in that situation, it's really quickly to kind of spiral, and I really like seeing that on film. I think the actors and actresses did a very good job in portraying that.
Again, though, it could have just been, it's definitely not for everyone. I would say it really isn't. It's not. I hate to say that, but it's definitely not for everyone. I'll leave it at that. Was this a film that we deserved? Man, I'm mixed.
I'm
very mixed. This is probably the most mixed I've been in an A24 movie. For the most part, I've always given yes. I've always said yes, but at the same time, though, I'm just like, it's not for everyone.
I would still say yes, even though it was not my favorite. I would still say yes because that ending is
very revealing.
Different.
Very revealing. It's very. This movie's very unpredictable. It really is.
And you can either love it or you can hate it.
And it's one of those movies. What was that one movie we saw recently that was A24? With the it's like an open. It's not an open ended, but you get what I'm saying.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, it's like a frustrating ending. You're like, really? Like you're just like, really? You guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, let's go to ratings then. Just like ratings 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest. When you give this rating?
Hard because I'm only giving this rating because of the cast.
Yeah,
they did a very good job.
Mm-hmm.
I would give it a solid 5. If it was any other cast that didn't perform as well, I would probably give it lower. But because they did bring up that performance, it's just the way the direction went, the story, how it unfolded, the ending. I did not like the ending.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a solid 5.
Okay, that's fair. All right, for me, for their interaction together, their chemistry, whenever it was the second and third act, I really enjoyed that because it showed they were stronger together, if that makes any sense. Whenever things got escalated, whenever violence started to happen, they do come together, and they do make really good film. I mean, in a way, it's really good as far as whenever they interact with each other.
The interactions were good, yeah.
It was very smooth. Very smooth acting. I believe they all did a really good job in this. But as far as a film, maybe just the general idea of it, what didn't sit good with me at the very end. I don't like the end. The ending was kind of okay. It wasn't what I expected. Like, it's gonna be this amazing ending. It wasn't like that whatsoever. I was expecting that because that's what A24 does. It leaves you open ended, or it leaves you like, holy crap! What the hell did I just watch?
I like endings like that where it's open to your interpretation.
Or what the hell did I just watch? In a good way.
But this had that in a bad way.
Yeah.
Again, mixed everyone's different. Yeah. I'm mixed. People could love it, but I personally am on the other end of the spectrum.
I'm going to give this a solid 6, guys. Solid 6. I think that's fair enough. Do we recommend this movie? I mean, yes, it's A24. I recommend this movie.
Because you're supporting that studio.
Yeah.
And you'll support the actors and actresses who went to there. They did such a great job.
Yeah. But
I want to see more movies from the studio. Yeah. And I feel like, yes, because even though it may not be the best one, you might get a certain take out of it that we didn't take away. Yeah. Maybe you loved it or you thought it was one of the better films of the studio. Mm-hmm. That's totally fine. We have our opinions. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that. Yep. We would like to hear what you think, though.
Yeah, put on comments down below. What did you guys think? That's a question is for you guys. What did you guys think of this movie? Put on comments down below whether you hated it or loved it. Tell us why. Tell us why. We want to interact with you guys, and we want to know your input on this movie review. If you have not already, once again, guys, like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification to get notified on our movie reviews that we got going on this week. Any final thoughts, Angela?
I would say give it a try. Give it open-ended. I feel like it's going to be a lot of mixed reviews on this one.
Definitely.
So just give it a chance.
Overall, it was a good solid movie. I'm not going to say it's the best movie. I'm not going to say it's a great movie. It was good for its own good.
I wouldn't say it would be either like on the other end, like it was a trash movie. I wouldn't say that.
No, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. I would say that. I'm gonna go on and say this is not a terrible movie, but at the same time, though, it's not for everyone. I'll say that. All right, guys, we're going to talk spoilers right now. So we're going to mention spoilers. So if you have not seen this movie, check out our other videos, guys. I'll put on comments down below. Check your other videos out. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching our review. All right, Angela, let's get right to it. So we're going to talk about the spoilers here. So the spoilers is that at the very end of this movie, it was very, very like, what the hell? I did not expect that whatsoever.
It was very grown moment, like...
Like, really? This is the cause of all this commotion? Pete Davidson, they show this video, and it's at the very end of this film. We see Sophia and B.
Pete Davidson's character is the one who's dead. The first one dead. And everyone speculates and spirals into who killed him in real life, right? So... we see at the very end that it was a complete and total accident.
It was a complete accident. B and Sophie grabbed Pete Davidson's phone, which is played by David, and David actually, they didn't know it was his phone, right? They were like, oh, it's not my phone. And so then they unlock it with his face that's
him doing like a TikTok or something like that.
A freaking TikTok. Almost like the Tide Pods crap. Almost like the...
And, you know, being stupid, playing with the sword. He should be playing with benches. Like an idiot.
He was like this. He was just like
trying
what's the number one rule? When you're opening, you go this, you don't never put towards you.
Again, it's just like, you see this video, you see this video unfolding, and you're like...
On TikTok. TikTok. Let's mention TikTok.
There's nothing good that can.
Yeah, there's nothing good. He was literally just trying to be TikTok famous, I guess, in his own
and,
grief.
Accident. Just
it is grief because he threw a little tantrum because he was jealous that Greg was able to do it so quickly. You remember that? I remember that's in the beginning of the scene. And again, there's little hints there, and I love how the camera work is done to where it kind of like, oh, look, oh, we got to remember that. Oh, we got to remember that. And I like that because the camera shots really do that. They really get us interacted in that way, and I enjoyed it. But again, though, this movie was just like, what? You're kidding me. So all this started was because of David, and all he did was do an accident. No one killed anybody, and she looks like...
And so many people died.
Yeah. So many people died. Exactly. So many people died. I mean, even even Emma was one of them that really, I was just like, wow, she fell and it looks,
she tripped or fell down the stairs.
But then they were speculating
because it was so brutal. I guess the trip down the stairs, because it looked like a spiral staircase.
It was bad. It was bad. Terrible.
So they're like, it wasn't an accident. So come to find out, all of this could have been prevented.
It was drugs that really messed them up. And
one thing I will say though that I didn't understand, I don't know if it's plot hole. It was obviously a huge house, right? It's a mansion. Mm-hmm. They're ultra rich. And the power went out. Mm-hmm. Why did no one light a candle?
Well, because they had flat. Oh yeah. So that was another most annoying thing. So the most annoying thing was that everyone was using their cell phones, and I was just like, What are they doing? Like I was just like, what are they doing? Light something up. They had flashlights. Remember where the water was at? They had flashlights and batteries there. They were prepared for this hurricane. And then, but none of them thought of anything. They were like, I can't connect to Wi-Fi.
I know, like none of them used the flashlights. I think
that was the point, though.
One of the scenes, they rummaged through one of the guests' backpacks and found the light to step around. So they used that, but they no one thought to use flashlights or a candle. I don't know. It's just
the first thing
I don't know if it's meant intentional, like in scenarios like maybe like our generation's stupid. I don't know, or unprepared. I don't know if it was intentional, whatever, but. That was one of the things that bothered me. Halfway through, I was like, okay. And again, it happens. Power's out. You don't have Wi-Fi. You don't have,
Again, we could be overreacting. We're reading it too much into it. Let us know in comments down below. But again, those are the small little things I had problem with this movie. Was that it was just But again, though, they're in their early 20s, so we were all young and dumb. We were all.
A lot of things like that didn't make sense to me, and it's kind of a little bit annoying. Again, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but that kind of added to I don't really care for this. It could have been better. It could have, but again, I really like the cast. I kind of overlooked a lot of that stuff while I was watching the film, but I still can't get past the ending. I really can't.
Yeah, the ending was just like, God, this was all for nothing.
It was all this is all for nothing kind of feeling, and I was like, what? I've been on a roller coaster for an hour and a half, and it was all for nothing.
But see, again, that's probably the point of it. We're reading too much into it, and that's the damn point. But again, though, all right, we made our piece. Any final thoughts, Angela? Final thoughts, comments, concerns?
Regardless of the ending, I still say give it a chance because you might like it. You might like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. That's okay. You might find better meaning in the end. You might find a better takeaway. And so I would say still give it a chance. You might be surprised.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan680.
I'm Angela. Signing
off to you guys. Catch you later. Stay safe, San Antonio. Peace.